Hey guys, so obviously I'm just back at the beach here again, searching for driftwood. What I'm going to try and make this video about is, you know, not all of you have beaches to look for the wood on or whatever, but you got to have wood around your place somewhere, like an old creek, a river or something like that. So I'm gonna try and describe what kind of wood I like to carve out of driftwood, like good wood or bad wood, you know what I mean? This is for shout out to Shane in the UK again there, because I noticed he carved a wood. He got some free wood. He tried carving a wood spirit out of some old wood, and it was kind of rotten, like really punky. So I don't know. Like I said again, this video is just my videos are about trying to help people figure out what they're doing. So I'll find a few pieces of wood here, and I'll find a couple punky pieces and a couple good pieces, and I'll try and show you the difference, or how you tell. Here, for example, this is a tool I've had since I've been like, I don't know, 10 years old. I thought it was the coolest tool when I was a kid. I still got it. I've saved it. So when I go along the beach, I usually have a bigger axe than this, but I just brought this because it fit in my pocket. I usually have a bigger axe than this, but I just go along to all the different types of woods I see, and I chip it away and see what kind, so I can tell this is Douglas fir, right? I like carving the old gray stuff, like you see this piece here. It's old gray and weathered from the sun, because you know it's going to be pretty well dry because it's been lying on the beach for a million years, right? So, you know, when I'm searching for driftwood to carve, I look for the grayer stuff, kinda. You know, here's an example of some punky wood right here. This is an old beam or something, but you see how it's just rotten in there? This is way too rotten, but don't try and carve rotten punky wood, guys. You know, find stuff that's has tight grain. You know, look at this old piece of wood here. Somebody might think it's an old piece of crap. I can see some wormholes in it, but once you take your axe and you chip away the outer gray color, you see what kind of wood you got on this. This is really soft wood. I think this is cottonwood. But you know what I mean? So take a little axe with you too when you go to the beach. Try out try what I do, because then you can tell, right, what kind of wood you're getting into. Anyways, I'll just shut up now for a bit. And like this piece of wood here, this is like an old telephone pole or something, covered with kerosene oil. You know, you can chip it away. You can, yeah, look at the old oil in there. Don't carve that stuff, guys. Well, carve it if you want to die 10 years earlier. But anyways, I'll try and find a few pieces here and try and make some examples. It's a little bit chilly out here today, out in British Columbia, Canada, Delta, Tsawwassen. I think this is old First Nations land, but nobody's ever bitched at me for taking wood from here. It's kind of like I clean up the beach when I walk around too. I throw shit up. I throw shit that's lying down here up there so it can't get washed away again. You know, somebody will be able to come along and clean it up. But anyways, off topic. Okay, let's get back on topic. This is what I found quickly. Okay, so there's a place in town. It's called, well, I'm not going to name the place, but they're doing a charity garden kind of thing. And I got some, my mom used to work there for like 35 years. I got some carvings that are going to be going in there as I'm donating in my mom's honor. But I suggested, they got like an old shed there, kind of like a cedar shed. So they wanted to make a like artistic kind of on the outside too. So the lady thought about it like a big old barn window there with like a flower pot on the bottom of it. But then I suggested maybe some old driftwood, with some like a inspirational rating on it because it's all volunteers, right? It's like for seniors or people that are dealing with problems, like mentally kind of thing, or whatever, or people that just simply like gardening and want to help. So these are the kind of pieces that I found. Old planks, right? Old boards. And I'll just quickly write something in there and carve something in there quickly. Paint it, give it a quick sanding. You know, little things like this will go a long way, eh? So I might make a video of me making those one day. It's pretty simple. God, my writing's like a 2-year-old's. I got the most worst printing ever in the world, but whatever, it is what it is. It's something's better than nothing. So here's some pieces that I found. So you can look at this piece here. Like, look how shitty it looks on the outside, right? They all look like shit. But actually, you know, I picked this piece up. I already got some marks there. Chip it away with the hammer. Look at the beautiful color on the inside. This piece here is old growth cedar. So I'll be carving a wood spirit in this sucker for sure. Take it home and add it to the hoarding pile of wood. That's another thing with wood, you know, like when I get better stuff, I get rid of the old stuff. I got friends with fire pits, so I just take the old wood over to them, you know. It's about progressing, right? Get the better wood, get rid of the shitty stuff. So this one here, okay, this is like, I can lift this with one finger. It's so light, it's not even, I don't know, whatever, it's not even an ounce. But I'm thinking this piece is what I was talking about is okay, so you chipped it away. It's so light, I think it's cottonwood. It's pretty shit wood. But it's so light, I thought it was going to be, what's that word? Fuck, I used it earlier. I forget the name, but rotten. Let's just use rotten. But it's not. It's still tight. It's not soft. The grain's clear. So yeah, if you want to take this whole piece home and carve it, you can. Sorry, the word was punky. Punky is like, so it's like foam kind of, right? You can break it apart with your fingernail. That's what punky means, to me anyways. Here's another good piece. No marks on it yet, but I'm betting this is Western Red Cedar. Absolutely, Western Red Cedar. Okay, here's another piece for the signs. This one's, you know, they got old screw marks, old rust marks and stuff on them too, right? It just gives it more character. You know, when I first started carving a few years back, I was like, there's no way that I'll carve cracked wood. Cracked wood makes it look like shit. Excuse me. But anyways, cracked wood adds character. I'll carve it 24/7 now. And I'll carve through knots now too. I don't give a shit. With my chainsaws too. The knots are harder on my smaller tools like the Fordham and the Dremel. But chainsaw, no problem. Okay, here's a piece I found. Because I was telling you guys to carve, like, find sticks and carve like old sticks, right? So this is a pretty big branch. When you first start carving smaller stuff like this. I think my next carving of a spirit will be on something like this, so you can see what I mean. Don't rush it, take your time. This one's a little bit punky too, and I can see that, what's that name there too for that, shit. Whatever, I forget. Or this is another cool piece, you know what I mean? You carve a wood spirit on here, leans up against somebody's wall like this, like on a desk, or maybe I'll carve I think I'm gonna get rid of this piece. I'm pretty sure it's punky. Into the pile. And the best score of the day, people, is this big chunk of cottonwood. Alright. This is from an old tree, man. But you can see how shaly it is, right? So when I carve the stuff I find on the beach, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like digging for treasure, right? Like, so I don't know how far those cracks go down there, but I'll end up carving this sucker. It's too big of a piece to leave on the beach. I might have to carve the whole piece to get rid of all this shaly looking stuff. You know what I mean? If I had a screwdriver, I could actually. I do have a screwdriver. the hell's going on with this camera? Oh, it's going upside down. Okay, well, whatever. You know what I mean. So, shilly, take off all this shell. Okay, thanks guys. Hey guys, what's up? So here's my little microphone that I talk into. Those sound effects. So I just want to take a minute and kind of tell about my story. There goes some kind of little annoying dirt bike. But I want to take a second to tell about my story. You know, this channel's for carving, first off. For the really beginning carvers, okay? I also made this channel to help people. To like save money from wasting money from on buying tools that you don't need. So I've spent thousands, like I said in my other videos, I've spent thousands of dollars on tools wasted that are just sitting there collecting dust that I don't use. So that's basically what the videos are about. But I want to explain my story. What got me into doing art. In 2010, I fell off of a roof. I fell 14 feet off of a roof. I owned a roofing company. It was actually getting pretty big and prosperous. I was doing it with all my best friends. But it was on a Sunday and I was just going it was on a Sunday and whatever, long story short, I fell off the roof 14 feet and landed on my head on the concrete. I had to get flown to the hospital by a helicopter to have emergency craniotomy, whatever the name is, goddamn brain surgery. I had a subdermal hematoma inside my head. My skull on the right hand side here was all collapsed. My whole brain was bleeding. Somehow, some way, when I fell, I woke up on the cement. I walked 40 feet to the door. I don't know. My neuro doctor asked me a couple days after my surgery what made me make it to the door, because nobody should have been able to know where they were or even who they were with the amount of brain injury that I had. But I like to say it was my mother's spirit that guided the path to me to make it to the door. But anyways, long story short, again, I know I repeat myself, and here you go. I repeat myself a lot, quite often, is because I got the goddamn brain damage, and my processor and my short-term memories, that's what's damaged. But you can see my head. I had 4 surgeries on my head in 4 years. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you see how it's sunken in there and the big scar? Okay, so when I had my first surgery, emergency surgery, they had to open my scalp up, drill through my skull and replace it and put it back in place. 2 years after they did that, they put a piece of plastic. Sorry. A month after I had that, they had to take that skull out because it got infected. I'm taking it was from the surgery. So then I had to walk around wearing a friggin' helmet. At first it was a hockey helmet, Canucks bright blue. Wearing a helmet for 2 years. It was a fucking nightmare. I'm telling you, it was. I won't even get into the stories that I've encountered wearing that helmet. But I didn't wear the hockey helmet for the full 2 years. After a while, you know, you got those little Harley beanies. I got a Harley, so I just put on my Harley beanie and that was good enough for me. But it looked like I was kind of like a wannabe biker driving my truck that wanted to wear his Harley helmet. I don't know, people must have thought, what the fuck is up with that guy? But anyways, they put a plastic piece in my head and my body. After 2 years after putting the plastic piece in my head, my body rejected it and they had to take it out. So now I'm living my life without my skull piece in there. I'll put a picture up. My doctor gave me my skull replica and a plastic piece that was going in my head. I begged him for it. So I'm living my life right now without a 5-inch round skull piece. Or no, like, whatever, that big. And it is what it is. And I don't feel like having another surgery. So I'll show you. Inside my hat, I put this plastic piece in there. because it will cover the side of my head. You see? I just tuck it in my hat there. I wear this 24/7. I do not go anywhere without it, and I wear it most of the time at home, because if I got a soft spot on the side of my head. It is calcifying, it is trying to build a skull, but it's a soft spot. That's why I've changed my life. Because I used to love going out, partying, getting shit-faced hammered, picking up the chicks and fighting, winning or losing. I just didn't care when I was hammered. I was super gordo. But that's why I've changed my life. I can't drink anymore. I can't go out and be a retard anymore. That's where I found art. Now something inside my head, I've been tested, something inside my head has been flipped on, some artistic switch or something like that. I'm not going to get too detailed into it because I could, but I won't. But something's been switched on where I need to be creative. I've always been somewhat creative, but not, now I have to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not a loner, I'm not a recluse, but I spend a lot of time on my own doing art. Because when I'm doing that art, it takes me away from my injury. I don't feel my brain injury. It takes me away from all the stupid shit that's going on in the world. And I don't have time to deal with people's bullshit. I've gotten rid of all the negative stuff in my life. Everything. I try my best anyways. I can be negative every day, but it's not worth it. You got to climb that mountain and enjoy the other side. Because if you don't, you're going to struggle within yourself, whatever kind of injury or problem that you have inside your head, or being you got to find a way to escape it. That's what I've done with my art. I'll post a couple pictures of my fresh injury that I had the day after my surgery, and the picture of my skull piece. But I just want to say, like, it makes me happy to help. There's a couple old war veterans that got hit with grenades that have reached out to me. Sorry, because my short-term memory loss, I can't remember your name. What is it? Damn it. But anyways, here's a shout out to you. That stuff means a lot to me. It's important to me. That's what this channel is about. Helping one another. You know? So, I hope you all, you're enjoying your day. And send me your pictures of your first wood spirits that you carved to my email address, Canadian1Dude. I'll save all the pictures, and then one day I'll be able to make a video of all the new wood spirits everybody's trying to carve. I think it would be cool as fuck. Okay, over and out. I gotta get that to drift back wood. See, there you go. Stumbling my words. No big deal. Get over it. Just keep moving on. Later, people, and I hope everybody's good. And number one thing, hashtag. Be real. Be yourself. Don't give a fuck. Here. Coming from myself right here. Don't give a fuck what anybody else says about your art. Who cares? When I couldn't sell my paintings, I couldn't even give away my paintings. But I never quit. I'm progressing. I'm keep going. Now, I sell my art like crazy. I'm not getting rich of it. I still have to work. But I don't care, because I never cared. Who gives a fuck? Do it for you. Give your pieces away so you can practice, make another one. You got no more pieces at your house to look at? Oh well, you got to carve another one to look at that one a little bit longer. You can't sell it? Give it away. Somebody can put it in their garden. Somebody can put it in their house. One of your friends will want it, absolutely guaranteed, even if you think it's shit. Believe me, people like wood carvings. Be real, people. Bye. Here's just a quick little video of the a lighthouse I carved for Buddy so he can give it to his wife for Christmas. It's like, what, 7 to 8 feet tall now? But he thought of the idea to this door. You can carve this door out. Carve this whole door out. Make it hollow in there. Make a little steel door. And then you can put your family and friends' ashes inside there. But yeah, it's right along the Fraser River. Pretty cool where it is anyways. So I'm still at the same place where that lighthouse was. Aladner friends. Look at the size of this old cedar. Woo! This is an old dock. This is definitely first growth cedar. This is an old dock, and the water preserved the cedar. You know what I mean? He's gonna give me a nice big chunk of this stuff to so I can carve it out of one of my like eagle head chairs. But this one, I don't know what. It's not gonna be eagle head, but look at the size of that stuff, eh? He told me whatever I want, but I'm not greedy, so you don't take too much, right? But look at this big old fir too. But that cedar is the cat's ass. The grain's so tight in it, you can't even see the rings, they're so tight. That means first growth. Old growth, first growth, bone dry. You already know where the cracks are? Just friggin' mint. And he also pulled this big chunk out of the river for me too. The cedar log here. He's got an excavator, so when he sees the log go floating by, he just grabs it. But this one's checked all the way, cracked all the way through. But you can do an outer carving on it or whatever you wanted to do. Uncle Rob! Later.